Hello and welcome to PetXI Interactive, your home to GCSE revision on the go. In this maths burst, we'll be examining the weird and wonderful world of volume. Have you ever been on top of a 10-metre diving board, legs shaking with fear, staring down at the murky water below and thought, I wonder what the volume of this pool would be before dive bombing in? And now I have. What exactly does volume mean? Well, basically, the volume is the amount of small cubes within a three-dimensional shape. Here's a cube, here's another one, and another one, and another one. We can join them up to make a cuboid. The volume of the cuboid is therefore 4. We will come on to units later on. So what's the volume of this shape? Hopefully you have got 5 as your answer. So if you have a question about volume and you can see the cubes, just count the cubes to find the volume. What if you can't see the cubes though? There are tons of objects in real life that aren't made up of cubes, like TVs, toilets, spaceships, but we can still work out their volumes. But how? Well, let's start with a basic 3D shape, a cuboid. In order to find the volume, we need to know the dimensions of the shape. We can see that the cuboid is 6 centimetres long, 3 centimetres wide, and 2 centimetres deep. We can use a formula to find the volume of any cuboid. It's really easy. We just multiply the 3 numbers together. So volume of a cuboid equals length times width times depth. So we do 6 times 3 times 2, which equals 36. Now let's talk units. These measurements are all in centimetres, but our volume isn't measured in centimetres. As we looked at before, volume was the amount of cubes in the shape, so we have to cube the units for volume by drawing a little 3 afterwards. So the correct unit for the answer is centimetres cubed, giving us a final answer of 36 centimetres cubed. What if you have more complex 3D shapes, such as a triangular prism or a cylinder? If I asked you what a cross-section was, would you respond by saying it's a section that is very angry? Hopefully not. Actually, a cross-section relates to a face of a 3D shape. For our 2 shapes displayed, these are the cross-sections. Our first step for finding the volumes of these shapes is to find the areas of these cross-sections. So for the triangular prism, the cross-section is a triangle. Can you remember how to find the area of a triangle? Hopefully you can. So the area of the triangle is 5 times 6, which equals 30, and 30 divided by 2 equals 15. We then take this answer and multiply by the length of the prism. So as the length of the prism is 10 centimetres, we do 15 times 10, which equals 150. And for the units, centimetres cubed. So to recap, if you need the volume of something that isn't a cuboid, use the formula. Volume of prism equals area of cross-section times length of prism. By the way, this formula is given at the start of your exam paper, so you don't need to learn it off by heart. Okay, so let's apply this to the cylinder. This time, the cross-section is a circle, so the area is a bit trickier. See our video on circles if you have forgotten this. Hopefully, you can recall the formula for the area of a circle. So the radius for this circle is 4 metres. So we need to square this, giving 4 times 4, which equals 16. We then multiply the 16 by pi, and we get 50.26548,246. Do not round this yet, as you will lose accuracy in the final answer, which could cost you marks. So that's the area of the cross-section. We now multiply by the length of the prism, which is 10, which gives us 502.6548246, which we can now round to something sensible. See our video on rounding if you have forgotten how to round. This gives us 502.7, and we use metres cubed for the units this time. Amazing! You will now be able to go down to the corner shop, pick a tube of Smarties and astound the shopkeeper and the other customers by working out the volume of your candy treat. Bet you can't wait. Thank you for watching, and see you again for the next exciting instalment of PetXI Interactive Maths.